Hello and welcome. It is the 25th day of May 2017. My name is Derek and welcome. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin multiple time frame charts from bitcoincharts.com, the Bitstamp exchange. I'm still trying to get this onto my spreadsheet to make it look in the ways that I would want to, as well as, just a nicer chart, in my opinion. Unfortunately, the newer computers have made things harder, which really should be the opposite. So with that being stated, I'm going to still continuing on going further. Within this trend, a former uptrend resistance line is now support. And I guess if we draw, what do we do here? Well, it's a big uptrend. That's the obvious point that this is going through. This is only a day and a half or so on the 15-minute time frame. 2 days, we'll say, almost. And it's went from 22 to 27. That's a gain of only about 20+% within this market. And it's hog wild right now. That's basically how I call these types of moves. We're going to see it better on the more longer term charts like the daily, but let's move to the 2-hour time frame. And here we have it. So let's draw the trend line in again, and you broke it to the upside. And what are we supposed to do? A trend line like, well, I guess it's breaking that to the upside as well. Okay, so since the 23rd or so, the rate of ascent has increased. That's what happens when you break up trend lines to the upside. That usually indicates higher volatility. And this is one of the usuallys. We have higher volatility within this last run higher. Webbot was talking about this 2300 high level. And you know what? If this would have been the high in here, and I was looking at this yesterday, do I do a video on it? Let's just see how it settles out. And okay, that's 2300, not a key level now. However, this thing will be having a pullback, and I think the daily chart will show a situation just a little bit better. Yes, here we go. So then, after this congestion month of March, and here you're back within the previous level. Notice the size of these moves compared to current. Oh yeah, smaller here. And then you break the resistance and you have bigger moves. A little bit of consolidation earlier, and then boom, bigger moves towards the upside. I don't follow the news. I don't want to. I don't like to. Whether it be mainstream media and even a lot of the alternative media, but because I'm on the internet and I have a few YouTube subscriptions that are alternate, yeah, I'll find out what's happening. I found out that a big malware or a big, we'll call it a virus that was sent, pay Bitcoins. It's just a few amount, and then it makes the news. And now people hear about Bitcoin and the price is going higher. Okay. More and more people are getting into it. As long as there's people willing to buy at these prices and at this uptrend level, then this is going to continue happening. This thing could easily hit 5,000 in a week because of its current hog wild trend. How do these hog wild trends always end on the next move? A pullback. And I was talking about, it's got to come back to one of these two key spots. And maybe it could, I don't think so, could come back to this point. But I'd be placing my bets that on the next pullback, as long as it doesn't go up too much, as long as it doesn't break 3,000 by that many basis points, then I'm going to be expecting it to come back down to 1,800. On its next move, or an area where if you're thinking, okay, I want to buy Bitcoin, or I want to buy more Bitcoin, but I'm not buying it at this price. Well, you wait for when the pullback happens. And right now, the odds-on favorite is that it happens in this congested area. But if this thing goes straight up to 5, 6, 8,000, I'll be saying, maybe try to get it at 4 or 5,000 if it goes to 8. And that's the part of the game in trying to make that type of bet decision. Do I want to wait for a pullback? Because it's pretty good odds you're going to get a better price simply by waiting. but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to. And then you can get the pullback, wait to buy here, and then it goes down to say 21, and then it goes higher. So many ways in which you could try to attempt to time the markets a lot better, and it's still going to end up backfiring on you in the long run. But a lot of times, yeah, you'll get the better deals. It's better to buy here than it was at this up point here. Let's take a look at this. Finally, on the weekly chart, you can basically ignore this, and I can even delete it just because I can. All right, so therefore, uptrend, sideways, uptrend. So it's broken this resistance point. And it's had a nice, decent move. So is it going to go straight up towards this higher area? That's where it looks like a move after going from A to B to C, breaking B again, and now making move letter D, we'll call it. And if it's going to have a pullback, say to 1800, we wouldn't see much of a move on this chart. So in here, you'd have like a little red candle or a line come down to like, say, in here somewhere, and then it would just shoot back higher. And that would be like just a little tick on the weekly chart. But buyers are in control right now. So it wouldn't surprise me if this just keeps doing what it's been doing, and that just keeps going up as we've been seeing on this daily time frame like this. But I do know that these deep kind of pullbacks after a large gain are expected to come into play at some point. And I'm not even going to try to calculate when at this point. Take care.